welcome you all with my love and respects. It is only human beings who create place for divine. All other animals, they create place for themselves. It is only human beings who create place for the divine. Let me say a few words about why should we create like these places at all? What is the need of doing? Whenever human beings come down to the low energy or distress in their life, temples are the places where they can de-stress themselves. It's like if a battery gets discharged, you put it in the recharger to recharge it. Same way, whenever your body and mind gets discharged, when you come to a low mood and low energy, you can recharge yourself in this spiritual atmosphere, in this spiritual place. Eastern mystics, they know always the value of this temple. Whenever we feel low, we feel we are depressed, just the very presence, if you just come inside this type of places where the spiritual practices are going on continuously, puja, japa, meditation, continuously things are going on. Where these things are going on, if you just enter into that space, that is more than enough. That is more than enough. You will be rejuvenated, you will be refreshed. Especially when the mantras are continuously chanted in some place, when the meditation continuously happens, when the puja continuously happens, the whole area vibrates with the special energy, unique energy. And I could really feel the divine grace is here. It will be a big blessing for the whole community. Understand? It is not only for one person, for the whole community. There is a beautiful proverb, traditional proverb. If 4 good people are there on the planet Earth, rain will come for them. But all other 400 people also will enjoy. Even if they are not good, they will also enjoy the result of the rain, benefit of the rain. Just like that, if some 4 good people take up this job and do this wonderful work, all the other 400 people also will have the benefit, enjoy. They will also enjoy the whole thing. Of course, surely the 4 will be blessed. People who take up the responsibility and do this type of great, wonderful things, they will be surely blessed. That is the reason in India, every village, there will be no village where temple will not be there. Temple is the backbone for Eastern culture. People, see, their houses they build with mud and brick, but the temples will be always built with granite stone. You can see in every village, their houses they build only with a thatched roof, thatched hut, mud, brick, but the temples will be built with granite stone. So, because they know this is something, the root base for the whole country. Of course, the Eastern culture is alive because of temples. I am very happy for the whole thing. Now we will enter into the subject. Today's subject is from distress to de-stress. Wonderful subject. Of course, By now, Oklahoma people know what I am going to speak. And not only what I am going to speak, I think many of you can speak many of you can repeat what usually I will speak. Only little different stories, maybe new stories, maybe new words, but message is same. Maybe it is new words, new stories, new way it may be presented, but the message, it is only one, the thread, common message, the core message is only one. But you can understand from different angle, from different view, through different understanding. From distress to distress. How this distress starts in our body and in our mind, finally into our being. How it works. It does negative work in our body, mind and being. What can be the proper solution for this distress? What is exactly distress? Try to analyze the word, not based on the meaning given in the Oxford Dictionary, no. Based on the experiential feeling. See, if you analyze based on the meaning which is given in the dictionary, you will never understand. If you understand the word distress based on dictionary, you will never be able to solve it. If you understand based on your experience, we can do something about it. Because most of the time, without even you use the word, just because you learned the word, most of the time using these big words towards your life makes you feel you are a grown-up, matured person. Now there is a psychological report. Kids start smoking just to show that they have become men, just to prove that they have become women. It gives a sort of an idea that they have become matured. They can do things on their own. Same way, whenever you use these words, big terms, distress, I'm stressed out, I have a headache, keep quiet, shut up. Whenever you use these words, you want to show you are somebody big, or you feel you are somebody big. That is the reason we pick up all these big words and start using. If you actually start looking inside, start analyzing, these words have got totally different meaning. Again and again, we use the wrong word for wrong emotions, wrong word in wrong place. We play with wrong mask in wrong places. A simple experiment I wanted all of you should do. When you go back to your house, just meditate on the tongue for 2-3 minutes. Concentrate on the tongue for 2-3 minutes. And in one end, put a small green chili. The other end, put little bit of candy, sugar. If you deeply meditate and analyze, you will realize both are creating same effect in your tongue. Only your mind is stamping it. Only your mind is labeling it as a hard or sweet. If you penetrate deeply, be little introvert, you will understand as an experience, both are same. In both sides, the same type of vibrations are only getting created. Same moments are only happening, but you are labeling it. This is hot, no, I don't want. This is sweet, I want. It is your labeling. Same way, many times in your life, you labeled your emotions in the wrong way. Basic thing which you need to understand about the distress is your idea about distress should be changed. Your understanding about the distress should be changed. How we misunderstand the words. A small story. One middle-aged lady was trying to wear her new fur coat. And she was trying to see in the mirror how she looks with that new fur coat. Her daughter was seeing. She started telling, Mom, don't you feel sorry how much that poor dumb animal had to suffer for you to have this coat? She simply turned and said, how dare you will talk about your dad like this? She says about the animal. The kid is talking about the animal which is supposed to give the fur. And she is understanding about the animal who is supposed to give the money. You have your own meaning for others' words and others' deeds. When somebody does something, when you give your own meaning, when somebody says something, when you give your own interpretation, you start the whole trouble. Then you say, I am stressed. I have headache. I don't want to listen anymore. Enough. Stop. I am dropping. All these words you arrange in your mind when you don't understand what is happening inside your being and outside your being. Whenever you don't understand what is happening inside the body, you call that as pain. Pain is one of the important distress which happens inside your body. Whenever you see something is happening inside your body and you are not able to realize it, you are not able to understand what it is. So you give your own name, pain. Actually, if you analyze the pain little deeply, it is nothing but energy being supplied to that area to get healed. Let me explain from one of my personal experience. I put my thumb in Kantasakar gate, Kantasakar door. Here Kantasakars are available. I think they make it out of stone. It's so heavy, that car. I put my hand on the Kantasakar door and I could see that it is simply swelling. People are running to get medicine, these, that, so many things. I could see very clearly what is happening inside. I was just witnessing. I could see very clearly the energy just gushing from the navel center, traveling through the hand, and it is being flooded to the finger. Whenever there is accident in the road, the cop's car and the ambulance goes, what do you all do? Naturally you move aside and give way for the emergency vehicles. Same way, the energy supply which happens usually to the other fingers is stopped, blocked. Because the emergency energy is being supplied to this finger. Because of that reason, the energy supplied to the other fingers are stopped. That is what you call numbness. And the energy being supplied to this place to get healed, the energy supply only you call it as pain without knowing that it's energy supply. When you don't have so much of patience to look into it, when you don't have so much of awareness to see what is happening, you name this as a pain. The moment you name it as pain, you do two things. First thing, you stop energy supply because you start hating that whole experience. Second thing, you create such a chaotic situation. You don't allow the healing to take place on its own. First thing, you stop the energy flow which is flowing. Second thing, you delay the healing process because you don't put your awareness there. The moment you feel that your knees are paining, you try to avoid your knees as much as possible. You are supposed to do the other thing. If your knees are paining, if your knees are hurting, it is giving you the information. Please give me a little awareness. Give me a little bit of your consciousness. I want you to be little aware of me. That is what is your knees message to you. It is asking your awareness. But you do the opposite thing. You try to escape from that area. People come and tell me, Swamiji, I have so much of pain in the hands. I feel like removing my hands and keeping it somewhere. Whenever you have the pain, you think you should remove it and keep it outside. No. You are supposed to give your awareness, give your attention, give your consciousness into it. If you put little bit of awareness into it and see, you will understand the body is getting healed by itself. The innate healing process or the natural healing process which is happening inside your body only, you call it as pain. You pigeonhole, you dovehole the experience in the wrong address. You put a wrong label for the process. If you put the right label, it is getting healed. You will allow that experience and encourage it. The moment you give a wrong label, no, it's pain. Not only you discourage, you disturb the healing process. The more you feel some pain, the more you will delay it of getting healed. So first distress happens in the body level. Pains. Second distress in the mental level. Tension. Tension means the gap between reality and your imagination. You always want some way your life, your relationships, the persons who are in your life, about everything. You have your own idea. You have your own imagination. To fulfill that imagination only you run continuously. You are running. You continue to run to fulfill that imagination, to fulfill your idea. You try to change the persons, you try to change the situation, you try to change the atmosphere, you try to change your lifestyle, you try to change your thinking. So many things you are continuously doing to create, to fulfill your imaginary personality. You start creating tension when you create the gap between the reality and imagination. The moment you start working towards any imagination, You have put the seed of distress in you.